What is up, my beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. And today's episode, we have a dude that is in Iran, I believe, and he is gonna be hunted by a killer drone, an infrared drone, something that's gonna be displaying their position to enemy reconnaissance. So, without further ado, we're just gonna hop into it. Move up! Is in Iraq.
So this video obviously comes out of Iraq right before I came to Ukraine. This was honestly one of the scariest days that I had in Iraq, and I'm going to get into that and why it was so scary. So at this point in time, I was the team leader in charge of the mountain base, which is one of the main bases that we need to defend. And as the team leader, I wanted to keep people busy and motivated, and I need to make sure that everybody is ready to respond to any sort of attack on our base. So I decided that we're going to do a mock raid. So a very realistic training of a raid, where you go out the night before or the evening before, which is where this footage is coming from, and you do some reconnaissance, check out the enemy, and then you come back and make a plan to do the raid. So the footage you're watching right now is the evening before, and we're about to go and do that recon. Part of the reason that we do it in the evening is because the sun is starting to go down, the temperature's going down. We're hoping that it's going to sort of mask us from the thermal signature we create to the drones, because the Turkish military is flying above us as I'm out there. And I want to make sure everybody's safe, so we have some dispersion, we're taking cover and concealment as we're moving up on the target. And I was hoping that by evening the drones would sort of go away. That's usually what they do, but on this particular evening, that was not the case, and you're about to see the footage right now as we react to a Turkish drone overhead. So you can see I heard the drone, and I made sure everybody was underneath the tree. And this did not sound like a regular TB2. This was something different. And later on, I'll actually get video of that drone, and it is an Akinci, the newest drone that the Turks have made. So anyway, we get to the spot, and I start recording the surroundings, making sure that we can look back at this and figure out what we're going to do for the raid, because the training is going to continue. As a guerrilla fighter, whenever the drones come out and whenever some sort of attacks happen, you can't just quit your job. You have to continue training. And this is just becoming extremely realistic training.
That's on
So
game.
yeah, you can see that I've got the map out there. I'm talking to my buddy. He's going to be the one who's sort of writing out the different layouts of where the enemy is, this mock enemy, and writing the layouts of the distances and all that sort of thing. So I'm going to do a recon with him here pretty soon.
Oh, did you see what they have, my guy?
At this point, I run to the guy who was covering us, one of the guys on my team, and I give him the idea of what's going on.
And he got the tripod on it? Oh my god. I'm not getting paid for this ad. Come on now. I'm not getting paid for this ad.
You see this bush right there? So, let me show you this. Here's us. Here's this tree. My position is? Yes. You see these rocks right in front of us? You see that bush? Like 10 meters away, just to the right, that has the rocks. Ah, yes. That's 100 meters out. Good. Now, there's 2 rocks. Now, if you come over this way, you can see how they slam
Their
down like
weapons
this.
are
Rocks.
so nice, bro.
This what name in English? This tree. Okay, tree.
Once I've told him what we found over there and given him an idea of how he's going to conduct the mission
obviously
tomorrow,
you get what you
I
get,
go back to the recon, and we decide to go and write down a couple more things.
Look
Now,
at that.
it was
That
during
thing
this
is
time, when
nice.
we're doing the recon, that the drones start to come out a little bit more.
And it has
So
a
this
folding
Akinci,
wire stock.
he's
on
not
it.
just
Come on.
passing by, he is now circling us. Obviously right now I don't think I hear it because of the wind, but it would be later on that we end up hearing it, and it's kind of terrifying. It's a different sound than a TB2. So it's a drone that we don't really understand, and I'm honestly starting to panic a bit because we're caught in the open. There's nothing we can do.
Yeah, nah. See what they be doing? They be tying shit to the drones. They be dropping on them. They be doing the most wild shit with drones, bro.
So I decide that we're all going to link up together at this spot that has a lot of concealment, and we're going to just explain what's going on. We're going to wait for the drone to pass by, but this is when I get this footage. So here's the same clip in slow-mo, and here's an Akinci drone as seen from below. You can see the curved wings, you can see everything matches the description of an Akinci. And here's footage that I have of a TB2, and obviously they look kind of similar, but this was not from the same day, and the sound, I'll tell you right now, is not the same. It is very, very different.
That's weird.
This was terrifying.
That's weird.
Obviously. This is right above us. It's been circling us. So you can see that I am now, instead of tactically going back nice and quiet, this training has got done. We got to run back right now, or else this training can become a very real situation. So the thing about the Akinci, if I can describe it, it's got a couple new technologies that were only made about 2 years ago, as the Akinci is much newer than the TB2. So it's got artificial intelligence programmed inside it, so it can track where people go into tunnels, like we just did right now. This is footage of when we got back. And it's got plenty of other things that make it incredibly more dangerous than the TB2 Bayraktar. So here we are, the morning of the raid. I decided that, yes, we are going to continue the training. Just because it's realistic doesn't mean we should stop. We decided, instead of going in the evening, we're going to go in the morning. So this is why I have to put up the brightness so you guys can actually see what's going on. So here we are, heading back there, and the reason we do it in the morning, and a lot of guerrillas actually do it in the morning, any raids or any attacks, is because the clouds are really heavy, the drones can't see you most of the time because of the clouds. Yeah, you can see it's just moving up on the location, and I'm probably not going to talk as much anymore.
How cold do you think it is out there?
I want you guys to see how we train for this.
Sounds hella windy. How cold, how realistic, how cold do you think it is out there, bro? A crisp 40 or like a mean 15? Like a below zero type shit? It has to be at least 40, bro. There's no snow on the ground or nothing. I know it don't rain, but there's always water in the air, you know, moisture and shit.
Find his position. Gotcha. You go there. Guide us.
Or you think it's a dry heat?
So the night before, we had gathered up the ghillie suits, we had talked over the information, had decided on the time of attack, and here we go, getting ready to do the assault. Alright.
So, that click.
You understand where target 1 and target 2 is?
My man has a belt fed. I think it's an RPD, maybe.
Oh, let me show you on the phone.
And I think it's an interchangeable barrel. That one looks like it has a heavy interchangeable barrel.
I'll show you. Here's the 2 bushes, right?
Yes.
That target 1.
I don't even think it's shooting 7.62. It's shooting the
Target 2.
52. The 7.62 by 50, whatever.
These 2 trees in the left target 1, in the right
The
target.
top of it, not the
Yeah,
bullet.
pretty So you need to be able to, you might want to push
Projectile.
up the Bixie a little bit. You need to be able to see us. We're going to be on the left, and I'll give you the signal. And when you see the signal, fire a burst, so we know that you switched. Closer.
I'm at AK.
Let's get up a time.
Look at that thing. Look at his brake. Look at the brake on the end of his thing. It is broke.
Begin. Start with the burst and then yak. Because of the ammunition
brake.
constraints of being a guerrilla, we don't have all the ammunition in the world. I tell them to do yak after a while, just for the training, which means 1 and 1. So 1 shot every 5 seconds, basically.
That's good, because most of these people, I don't want to say untrained, but they're undertrained.
5 meters. That way.
What's going on with his AK? Oh, he had the tripod, didn't he? iPod, tripod. What's the difference? A limb. My man is duct taped a flashlight. I'm about to do that.
Let's move!
Well, that AK thumping. I'm not seeing anybody. Are they shooting drone?
Move up! I start to give the signal to the PKM to switch fires onto the further objective. So in a real scenario, I would not wait this long, but for safety, he's going to fire a burst when he sees the signal.
Let's go!
I'm not understanding. So is this training or is this real scenario?
Let's go!
I see that shot come out right there, so I then give him the signal to cease fire as the assault team moves in to go and steal any gear that we found, which is a crate that we put there the night before.
Oh, it is training. Word. Okay. See, I understand. I'm not getting paid for this ad. Thank you very much.
I see the objective.
You need to like
Hey, cover me.
still be stable and get a good foothold to shoot. But I feel like in a real deal situation, bro, if you stand still for a couple seconds, your head is coming off.
Egress!
I'm sure many of you are wondering what the hell that shooting position is. That is actually a guerrilla technique, a squatting position. It's pretty accurate and effective, but it's the reason that we use it is because it's a really quick way of getting down, getting some sort of stable position as you engage the target.
Akit! Egress! Akit! Respond! Where are you?
It's really important as a team leader to be very decisive and mean when it comes to live fire exercises or actual war. You got to make sure everybody's responding in a proper way.
And you gotta respond.
Not in the barrel.
Yeah.
It's here, and I can take.
Gotcha.
And I can shoot.
Done.
I see you doing this, but
Yeah.
just in this moment when I go to,
Yeah.
I boom, and
Yeah.
I don't shoot, and I do no.
Gotcha.
Boom, nothing. No,
Gotcha.
nothing.
Wow.
And this is exactly why we do live fire training, very realistic live fire training. We want to make sure we understand each of the malfunctions that can happen. And this one in particular, I had never seen in my life. And I've used the PKM a lot. So anyway, overall, this was
We're gonna go back to look at that malfunction. Actually,
understand. And this is
as you can see, this is a belt-fed weapon, so they're supposed
Wow.
to eject. So it pulls the casing, it pulls the casing out, and it shoves it into the barrel, and then it ejects it like that, and then it moves the belt. This one, I either didn't eject properly, or it didn't feed properly. As you can see here, there's the casings right there. I don't even know how that would happen.
Wow.
You're gonna need a pry tool for that.
And this is exactly why we do live fire training, very realistic live fire training. We want to make sure we understand each of the malfunctions that can happen. And this one in particular, I had never seen in my life. And I've used the PKM a lot. So anyway, overall, this was some fabulous training over the course of 2 days. And, unfortunately, we had that drone encounter, but that also was a good learning lesson for not only myself, but also you, the viewer. These drones are becoming more and more prevalent. This was one of the most terrifying days, and it's tough to describe what a drone feels like when you know it's watching you.
That is crazy, my God. Bro, there's so much responsibility and weight on your shoulders to have to be the team leader or like squad leader or whatever, and you have to do like an active training drill that you're gonna be in war, and you're training with some Ukraine members. I'm not sure. They may have been other allies that are along with the Ukraines. But yeah, that is so crazy. Or if he was working with Iraqians, how do you what quick Google search. What are people from Iraq called? Arabs? Persian. Iranians? That don't sound right. Well, you're shooting along with Iranians, and then you get a malfunction. So all that was real, like real deal, like good training. And even if you didn't have like the best battlefield or whatever, because he said they just put a box out there to signify searching, getting gear off the bodies. So yeah, so you obviously don't have everything, but the introduction of the drones and shit that just randomly appeared, that was probably good training for both of them, because it is a prevalent thing nowadays. Motherfuckers do reconnaissance with drones. They'll tie shit to drones. They'll put like infrared cameras on drones. It's just everything else. It's a whole another bag of shit was open when motherfuckers started making drones. Like, it's just wild, bro. It's just wild, bro. But I think there's so much. I feel like there's be so much worth, and you have so much sense of purpose though once you're on the battlefield and you're actually like doing shit, and you have you account for people's lives and stuff like that. You gotta watch out for your team and stuff like that. But yeah, that's all I have for today. If you know me, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit the subscribe button. It means probably jack shit to you. It means everything to me and all the small creators that you have been subscribing to. Yeah, I'm just trying to get the ball rolling. Yeah, I appreciate everybody who has subscribed. This is just the beginning of what is gonna be the greatest YouTube channel out there. So yeah, I just want to get my audiences out there. Just want to get a lot of things out there that this is. I am gonna be making money from YouTube. I am gonna be one of the biggest, not one of the biggest, but I am gonna be a pretty big YouTube channel. I just gotta work for it, because you know what they say. The easy road hard and the hard road easy. So it's all about the journey. I don't mind being here for 2-3 years and still being a small channel or whatever. But it is what it is. Time will motherfucking tell. So if you know me, stay dangerous. Hit that like, subscribe, post notifications if you want to know when I post another video like this. Peace. See you tomorrow.